You know, and now the pain in the back of the head, if it's...
Well, I don't know if there's a relation between the pain in the back of the head and this, and maybe something separate. That sounds more like, you know, maybe head pain caused by a neck problem, perhaps. You said it's more concentrated in the back of your head and worse when you lie down, so it may be related to that. Let me look at the blood work that he did.
And there, that's cholesterol build up. Is that what it is? When you say it's narrowing, that's cholesterol building up in the veins.
Well, not cholesterol specifically. It's just, you know, hardening of the arteries, atherosclerosis, which cholesterol plays a role in. So. There's a couple things I'd like to do. One is, I think you need to, I want to send you to a speech therapist and get a swallow evaluation, get an idea how bad this is. And they also can maybe give you some, you know, tips, pointers on how to more safely swallow things. Secondly, I think we ought to get a ear, nose, and throat doctor to get a good look at the back of your throat and make sure there's not something there that's causing it. My concern here is that this may be a muscle problem, a nerve muscle disorder. And this has come on, what, since November, and it's getting worse, would you say?
No.
I think the speech maybe has gotten worse, and I don't know about the headaches, but the speech, more people are beginning to notice.
You don't listen until I start speaking. I just have to slow down.
Have you always been a rapid talker?
Yeah.
Yes.
And have pronounce my words. You can't spell them out there as quick as I could.
Yeah. Well, it's clear your speech is not normal. But, you know, there are some, there's a nerve muscle condition that can sometimes affect just, you know, speech and swallowing. And it's kind of a variation of Lou Gehrig's disease. That's what I'm kind of concerned about here. Fortunately, there's no tests that can prove that. But what I'd like to do is I want to have somebody look in the back of your throat, make sure everything's okay there first, that there isn't some cancer or some problem back there. You've had some weight loss. And we'll get the speech therapy. And then what's your, let's see, what's your insurance situation? Blue Cross Blue Shield, okay. I'm going to go ahead. What's that?
It ain't worth a damn.
Yeah. Well, none of them are.
Obamacare stuff, I think we got $1,400 a month. We got to spend $5,000 before we get any coverage.
Yeah, that's what we're paying, $1,400 a month, the two of us.
Yeah.
And, you know, then, I mean, the MRI, we went ahead and paid for it ourselves because it was $700 and something, or either $375 if you pay
Cash. Yeah.
So, I mean, you know. When you say upper neck area about the pain, the MRI that they did of his brain, that just showed the actual brain. It didn't show the upper thoracic part of the spine, right? Up in this area here?
No, it's of the brain. I mean, you see a little bit of the very top of the spine, that's all.
Do you think it would be beneficial for him to have that?
I don't see how a problem in your spine would be causing this.
Nothing up in
It
the
would be
neck
more
area,
likely
though.
if you were having problems there, it'd be affecting your arms and legs,
Okay,
not just your swallowing and speech.
okay.
But what I'd like to do is get the ear, nose, and throat doctor to look back there first. If they don't find anything, then you know, I think we may be, you know, dealing with a neuromuscular problem. And what I'm concerned about is motor neuron disease, which is you've heard of Lou Gehrig's disease. Okay, sometimes it can affect speech and swallowing. I'm not saying for sure you have that yet, but
Right.
I think, anybody who's having progressive trouble with their swallowing and speech, and we don't find anything here or in the GI tract to explain it, nothing on the MRI to explain it, that comes into consideration. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and, we'll get this done first, but then I think I'll probably send you out to somebody at Mayo Clinic, have them give a second opinion about it. Okay?
Okay.
Mhm.
Now, if it is something like you're talking about neuromuscular, what does it continuously,
It'll get worse over time.
It does get worse.
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
There's
Let's-
no like stopping it,
There's
or-
some medication that is used that may help to slow down things, but there's no cure. But I don't want to get, I want to keep
Cart
an open
before the
mind
horse,
about,
yeah.
I'm just saying, I'm just sort of thinking out loud, and you came here for an opinion, and
Yes.
and I don't want to just say, I'm being honest with you, I'm concerned because of this progression of your speech and swallowing, and the weight loss. Something good is not going on, so.
Yes, I agree.
Okay.
What was I going to ask you? He had, it wouldn't, ear, nose, and throat. The last time he saw ear, nose, and throat doctor, how old were you when we had your tonsils taken out?
47.
Yeah. And he had a kind of a rough little patch going through that.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I had a jaw.
And that was because you went and did your aerobic class right afterwards too, I think.
I had braces and had a jaw.
Yeah.
A jaw that might something loose.
But do tonsils grow back?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. Sometimes you hear people say, "Well, I had my tonsils out," but
I just like somebody to get a really good look in the back
Yes.
of the throat and make sure there's no issue there. Okay.
okay.
And then I think the speech therapy would be a value
So
also.
coming from the brain, the control that controls the speech and
Swallowing. Mhm.
swallowing
Right.
and
It's in the brain
and
stem
the
area.
salivary glands all
Right.
tied together, I think.
Yeah.
So there's no turning that. Whatever's going on is going to continue to go on, I guess.
Well, like I said, let's gather some more information first before we draw any conclusions. Okay.
Yeah.
But
Let's
I
go
can
to
learn-
the
I can
throat
learn to speak
doctor.
again. I do the swallowing, his headaches. I got to figure out why I have all these headaches that go on with it.
Yeah, I am going to get one other, I was just looking at his blood work, and I do want to get one other blood test that he didn't do. It's called a sedimentation rate. And it's a measure of inflammation. Sometimes inflamed arteries in the head can give you headaches. So I want to check that.
Now, was aspirin good for that, or the
I can give you,
prescription?
well, I want you to take a baby aspirin every day anyways because of
Like an
IUMRI,
81.
81 milligram
Okay.
low dose aspirin, one a day. I can give you something for headache pain, if you need something for that.
What would that be?
A headache pain medication, butalbital, probably what I give.
Okay, but the rest of the naproxen I'm taking now, that's not.
Naproxen's kind of an arthritis sort of pain
That's
medication.
what I thought I had it for my knees.
Right.
It's probably not what I need for my head, then, right?
But what I'm going to give you, I think, will work better for your headache.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll give you some for that.
But otherwise, aspirin or goody powder or something.
Tylenol,
What do you think of Aleve versus Tylenol? I'm an Aleve person because
Personally, I use both.
yeah,
There's
okay.
times I use one. They both are about equal, I think. I mean, Aleve might be a little better if you've got some kind of like you strained your back or something where there's more inflammation involved. But they're both fine. Whatever works best for you.
Ear, nose, and throat specialist I saw right over here.
I'm going to send you Dr. Ruggiero and Herrero. They're right on
Okay,
the other
yes,
side
I
of the
know.
hospital.
Okay, that's where I went. They were very thorough too. And we would only go to Mayo Clinic if they can't pinpoint something, right?
Well, I'm
Or-
thinking about going ahead. Sometimes it takes a while to get in there. I may go ahead and put a referral out. What
Okay.
we do is we send them, I think it goes through email referral. give a reason why, and then they contact you directly. So since it sometimes takes a while to get an appointment, I may
Okay.
go ahead and
Let's
Get in
go
line.
ahead.
initiate that.
Yeah,
Yeah, get our
okay.
ducks in a row here so that we can kind of move from one thing to the
Sounds
other.
fine.
Does that sound all right?
Sounds great.
Okay.
We're trying to stay optimistic, but it's kind of grading on us a little bit
I
here.
understand. I understand. It's interesting, your brother's history. I don't see any manifestations in you of what he has, you know. So I'm not sure what to make of that yet, but I'm certainly going to
The
make a note
cerebral,
of
that's
that.
in the neck, and in the back of the head, the cerebral.
Cerebellum is in the back,
Cerebellum's-
yeah, it's
yeah.
the balance portion of your brain.
Well, that's good for me. So if I thought I walked a straight line and it did that, then it counted in my way.
Okay, there's for headache.
Okay.
Now that has some Tylenol in it.
Okay.
Oops, sorry about that.
No, it's him wiggling around up here
Okay.
doing that.
That's what yeah, he gave us some real cheap papers. I gotta get something better than that. Toilet tissue. Yeah, I don't know what the I don't know if there's a relationship. I'm gonna keep that in mind.
Yeah, you wrote all
certainly.
that down. So
Yeah,
I
I'm
had
gonna
that
go all into my note when I dictate it. So
Yeah.
and,
shrinking cerebellum causing imbalance, which is diagnosed as ataxia.
is he a heavy drinker?
Yes, I would say more so than Hal.
Okay, because I mean, heavy alcohol use can cause that too. Not your problem, too much your brother's problem.
Would you not agree with me, Hal?
That can cause your cerebellum to shrink.
But he only drinks when he's alone with someone.
Well, there you go.
That makes it okay. then.
That covers it all. Yeah, but yeah, his. I mean, it's almost like I don't know, almost picking up. I mean, the legs and the unbalance. I've noticed it,
Mhm.
and finally, I just came out when it was just he and I said something to him about it.
Yeah.
He said, "Why do you ask me that? You're like the third or fourth person that said something."
Let me ask you, did this just come on overnight, or has it been kind of a gradual onset?
But I thought I had a sore throat in November. I was under a lot of stress with the EPA. Who was the other guys?
We had
Workplace people. What's it called?
OSHA.
OSHA was out.
OSHA. We had
I
OSHA,
always got
EPA,
sick. I
and
always
somebody
get sore
else.
throat when I get sick. So the sore throat just stay with me, stay with me, stay with me.
Mhm.
And then
And then
when
he
you have sore throat,
started
you can't swallow.
choking.
And I
Okay, so it's
noticed
not
that-
like you woke up one morning and you were like,
No, it kind of evolved. And I looked
because
back.
strokes usually come on, bang like
I don't
that.
think I had anything near a stroke
Yeah.
because I'm going 7 days a week.